So my grandmother, we used to visit my grandmother every year in the summer as kids. Now, one summer, my uncle took a huge delight in taking the kids to the graveyard next to my grandmother's house and telling us horror stories. I think it went along the lines of the dead, they're going to take revenge on the living. That night, I was laying in my bed in my grandmother's house, and my grandmother's house is really old, yeah? So we have creaking floorboards, there's a water cooler in the corner, loads of angst going around. I'm laying there and I hear the floorboards creaking, I hear people speaking. Talking in a language I cannot understand, and I can feel them getting closer. Do you know the horror film scenario where there's like an image in the background and you turn on the light and it disappears? And you're like, it's fine. You turn off the light and it gets closer. Do you know that one? This is how I felt all night. So every time I had a light right next to the bed, I switched it on and it's like, it's fine, it's fine. I turn off the light, I can hear the creaking, and I swear to God, on the window, I could hear somebody taking a fingernail and scratching it.
Oh my God.
And then taking two fingernails and scratching it. Turn on the light, everything was fine. I was like, okay, everything's fine. I'm super relaxed, it's all good, my family is around, there's no problem. Turn off the light, scratching. Voice is getting louder, and then bam, something grabs my leg. And I realized I'd fallen asleep. I'd fallen asleep and I had this imagination where I had that something grab my leg. So I woke up, I turned on the light. So I come from England, I had a cricket bat. I grabbed the cricket bat and I sat with the cricket bat from 2 o'clock in the morning until 8 o'clock in the morning, sitting there, vigilant, waiting for something to come. Nothing happened. The next morning, I was sitting at breakfast. I was just destroyed. I hadn't slept all night. You know, I was sleeping. I was just standing at breakfast, black eyes, a kid. I think I was shaking. I don't know. My cousin, who'd been with me at the graveyard, and his room was on the other side of the house, looked at me and said, "What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?" I said, "Man, something was trying to get into my room. There was creaking." He said, "Do you know what? I had exactly the same experience."
What is?
And that was the summer at my grandmother's house.